Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. You know how we like to get into the really fascinating, kind of mind-bending stuff? Well, today we're going somewhere intensely personal. The Akashic Records.
Ooh, yeah, this is a big one.
It is. We're talking about this idea of a vast, energetic library, right? One that holds the history of every single soul.
That's right.
I mean, we're talking past lives, present experiences.
Even potential futures.
It's all there, all contained within this incredible energetic field, this Akashic field. So the big question is, what secrets about your soul could be hidden in these records? That's what we're here to uncover today.
And you know, it's really interesting because the Akashic Records aren't just some static archive.
Right, it's not like a dusty old book,
Right,
right?
exactly. It's more like this dynamic, active field of energy. It's constantly vibrating, shifting, and we can actually interact with it.
So it's not as simple as just, checking a book out of the library. How do we even begin to tap into this energetic field?
Think of it kind of like tuning into a specific radio frequency. You need the right tools and techniques. One of the biggest things is cultivating a receptive state of mind, and meditation is really key for that.
Okay, so you're talking about getting quiet, getting still.
Right. And then the other piece is setting really clear intentions about what you want to understand. It's like dialing into that exact right station.
Okay, so you have to know what you're looking for. You have to tune in to the right frequency.
Exactly.
Oh.
And some people even find that using prayers or mantras actually enhances that connection.
Okay, so there's a spiritual aspect to this. It's not just purely mental.
Absolutely. It's a whole mind, body, spirit approach.
You know, it sounds like actually accessing these records takes real practice and patience, kind of like developing any skill.
Oh, for sure. It's like learning an instrument. You're not going to be a virtuoso overnight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Consistency, a willingness to experiment. You have to keep refining your approach.
And it's not just about the practice itself. There are other things that can help too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, journaling can be incredibly powerful.
Okay, how so?
Well, messages from the Akashic Records, they're not always loud and clear. Sometimes they come through as a feeling, just a sense of knowing, maybe a symbol that keeps appearing.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Writing all of that down can help you make sense of it later on, connect those dots.
Oh, I see, because you might not even recognize it as a message right away.
Exactly.
Okay, so the messages we're talking about, they aren't like, watching a movie of your past life.
Right, right.
What forms do they take then?
It's less about specific events. The Akashic Records are more about understanding the underlying energy, the patterns that are playing out in your life.
Okay, I'm with you.
So you might have a sudden wave of emotion that comes over you.
Okay, yeah.
It could be a strong sense of knowing or even vivid dreams that you have.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dreams can be so powerful.
Right. So the key is to pay attention and recognize that these things, they might actually be communication from the records.
Okay, so if it's not about specific events, it's more about the broader themes and influences that are shaping our lives, would you say?
Exactly. We're talking about karmic patterns, soul contracts.
All right, soul contracts. What are those?
Soul contracts are like agreements that our souls made before we incarnated into this life.
Okay, I've heard of this, yeah.
It's like a group of souls get together and decide, what lessons do I want to learn? What challenges do I want to overcome? How can we help each other grow?
That's so interesting.
Isn't it? And then these agreements can show up in our present lives.
Okay, so how does that manifest?
It could be the relationships that we have. It could be our career path. It could even be, some of the bigger challenges that we face in this lifetime.
That's pretty profound if you think about it. Like, we're playing out roles that we, on some level, agreed to.
Right. And understanding these contracts can actually give you really deep insight into your life's purpose.
I've heard some people talk about using crystals or creating a specific, like a dedicated space for connecting with the Akashic Records.
Mm-hmm.
Are these things really necessary? Like, do I have to build an altar to get into this?
They can be really helpful, but no, you don't need all that.
Okay, good, because I don't have a lot of space for an altar right now.
Think of crystals more like amplifiers for your intention.
Okay.
And a dedicated space can help minimize distractions, but the most important thing is your intention.
Right.
And your willingness to be open to the information however it comes through to you.
Okay, so it's more about the inner work than the outer setup.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned these soul contracts, and I'm really curious about that. Can you tell me more about what kind of agreements souls make and how that actually affects us now?
Sure. So imagine, souls gather before they come into this life, and they're deciding, okay, what do I want to learn this time around? What challenges will help me evolve? What kind of experiences will help me grow my soul? Who do I want to connect with to help both of us learn and grow?
So it's like a pre-life planning session.
Right. And those decisions, those agreements become the soul contracts. And those can manifest in all sorts of ways in this life. Like, let's say, for example, two souls agree that they're going to be best friends in the next lifetime and really challenge each other to step outside of their comfort zones.
Okay, I see. So that could explain why some relationships feel so intense, so destined.
Exactly. And it can also give you perspective on the challenging relationships, too.
Yeah, because maybe there's a bigger purpose behind the friction.
Right. Something deeper that you both agreed to work through together.
This is all so fascinating. But if the records hold so much information about our past, does that mean they also hold clues about our future?
That's a great question. And it's important to remember that the Akashic Records are not about fortune telling.
Okay, so no crystal ball predictions.
No, not exactly. They offer insights into potential paths, possibilities, but there's no fixed destiny written in stone.
So it's more like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing.
Kind of. Think of it like a map.
Yeah.
You can see all the different routes you could take. You have free will to choose your direction.
The choices we make shape the journey.
Exactly.
Okay, so this has all been incredibly insightful, but I think some people might be listening and thinking, well, what's the point? Like, why bother digging into our soul's history?
It's a valid question. It's not just about gaining knowledge for the sake of it.
Right, right.
The Akashic Records can be this profound tool for healing and aligning with your true self.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, when we understand our past, including those past life patterns, the karmic influences that are playing out, it can really help us release limiting beliefs.
Right, beliefs that are holding us back.
Exactly. And we can start to heal those old wounds that we might be carrying with us. We can actually step more fully into our authentic selves.
So it's not just about uncovering the past, it's about using that knowledge to empower our present and our future.
Exactly. Let's say you uncover a pattern from a past life where you were betrayed,
Okay.
and that's leading to some trust issues in this lifetime.
Yeah, makes sense.
By acknowledging that and working to heal that wound, you can break free from that pattern and create healthier relationships.
So the Akashic Records can help us rewrite the script, so to speak.
In a way, yes.
Wow. It's almost like therapy for the soul when you think about it. Okay, so we've talked about what the Akashic Records are, how we can access them, and the potential benefits. But what if you, our listener, could ask the Akashic Records one question about your soul's journey? What would that be? I encourage you to really take some time to sit with that question and see where it leads you.
It's a powerful exercise.
It is. Until next time, keep exploring and keep diving deep.
See you next time.